Good morning, everybody. Ian Robson here. Another coffee edition. It's funny. I'm trying this a different way today, just because my new computer is not quite ready to go yet. So I'm using my my older microphone, so it probably sounds a lot different than what I normally sound like, which is fine. It's a Blue Snowball is what the name of that one is, and yeah, it's done well actually. I use it for a lot of. It works really well for things like voice activation, if you do dictation and stuff like that. So the computer works really well for that. So this is the other side of my office. That's the back wall over there. Exciting, I know. That's the microphone I use all the time right there. That's the gist of that. So anyways, let me give you a quick computer update because I don't have a whole lot of time because I was futzing around with this morning. On this computer. So I'll give you the quick update before I forget about it. So the update is this. The computer is ready. Everything's assembled right now. The big thing is that I needed to install Windows on it. And what happened was my current SSD is on there. It has Windows 7 already on it. So when I went to go install Windows 10 on it, it didn't like it because there was Windows 7 on there already. So what I did was I'm going to have to basically format the hard drive and do a fresh install. Basically, normally what would happen is it would format the disk for you, but it doesn't like it when it doesn't like the fact that it doesn't like that has Windows on there already, I think. And the strange thing is it seems like it lets me install Windows 32-bit, but not Windows 64-bit. Don't understand that. And then the even odder thing was I was able to get into Windows 7, which is the previous installation on the computer, and actually move around and do stuff in it, which I thought was really bizarre because normally Windows isn't like that so much. Because basically the only thing that's the same is the hard drive, and that's it. Everything else is different. So I guess that's true. I guess the power supply is the exact same power supply, just a new one, I realized, which is kind of funny. We'll go with what works, basically. And that other power supply has worked well for me thus far, so at least as far as I know. So that's the big update. So hopefully this weekend I will be able to get it all set up. Assuming I get my cables that I'm waiting for, because the new video card I have has display ports as opposed to DVI ports, which is old apparently. It has one HDMI and like 3 digital ports and one, yeah, that's it. What's the other one? It has one other one. So my monitors I use right now, neither of them have display ports on them. They have DVI on them, and they don't have neither of them have HDMI, so because they're a bit older. So my wife's like, "Why don't you just go ahead and replace your monitors?" I'm like, "Well." The problem is if I were to do that, it would make more sense for me to go up to like a 14.4, like a 14K, like a 100, I guess it'd be 14K monitor, not 14K monitor, 1440 monitor. So I'll basically go up to a higher resolution monitor because like most normal monitors only go up to 1080p and the new ones are at 1440 basically. So that's an option I was considering going to, but that's you're dropping another $600 probably Canadian on new monitors in that case, because I have 2, not just 1. So that's where that kind of interesting, or I could just get one nice one. And I don't know how the video card would like that though. I guess it could do multiple. It could work, I suppose. If you have one monitor that does 14.4 and another monitor that does 1080p, that's a possibility. Well, my light's right here and it's right in my eyes, but it's the only way I could look bright in this. So anyways. But yeah, it's been interesting. It's been fun actually. Installing the CPU cooler. I don't have it up here, but it's a a Cooler Master Hyper Evo 212. So it's got like your CPU is like maybe like this, right? And then my cooler on it, it's like, maybe this high by this wide. So it's maybe, how many centimeters would that be? Maybe 10 centimeters high by 6 centimeters wide. It's got like looks like a huge radiator almost. It's basically a big heat sink in there. It looks funny. My wife was like, when she saw me assembling it, she's like, "Is that gonna fit in that case?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, it'll be fine." Meanwhile, inside I was like, "It might be close," but it turns out it's fine. And another funny thing I never realized that the motherboard that I chose actually has like LED lights on the inside. So when I turned it on for the first time, it all lit up in red. And I was like, "Oh, okay, that's kind of different." I didn't really pay attention to the lights, but I just went by recommendations and. Yeah. And the other thing is, I guess this one has a video card in it too, it looks like. But it was still a recommendation. Go figure. So it works. That's what I'm happy about. So it's able to support my my CPU and all that jazz. So we'll have to get it up and running, and that'll be good. I guess that's a backup, I suppose, if all else fails. But I don't know why I went for this one with a. I didn't even notice, to be honest with you, if I had a video card. I just assumed that none of them do, but I guess that one did. So, but I got my recommendation from Tom's Hardware. They always do a fantastic job of like breaking down the different motherboards and video cards and stuff like that. So like, I got a pretty, I don't know, I jumped quite a few generations. So I had a GTX 760, and now I've gone up to like the latest edition of the video card. So it's gonna be really nice to have that oomph that I didn't have before. So that's gonna be pretty sweet. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. Hopefully everything works well with it. That's the next sort of test, is once I get everything installed and make sure everything's running properly, I have to do some benchmark tests to make sure that it's functioning much better than my previous computer. At least that's what we're aiming for, at least. So anyways, in terms of video games, I haven't played much Fire Sim this week because I've been messing around with my computer. The problem I have right now is I have one HDMI cable in the house, and my wife's using that one. So I had kind of been stealing that when she's not around and messing around with the computer. And then when she is around, just leaving it alone for the time being. So I ordered a couple of new cables online, so they should be here. I was hoping yesterday, but maybe today, supposedly by Monday. So we'll see what happens there. Yeah, and then Farm Sim, of course, they've added some more mods to the mod hub, which is fantastic. They've been pretty good about adding stuff on there, it seems, lately. They've added quite a few different things. They added the Big Bud finally on there. They added the Brochard manure spreader on there, I think, as well. They added a couple other things. So the Black Beauty edition of the Fendt, which is kind of cool. So it'll be good to see a variety of equipment on there. So, and basically what I did on the server is I just added all that onto the server. So anything that's come up, I think the only thing it didn't add is Estancia La Patio, which is Estancia, or I should say Estancia El Patio, La Patio, sorry. So the map from the Platinum Edition, I guess it is. So anyways, that's it for me for today, folks. Yeah, definitely have to get going to work. My name is Iain, and until next time, enjoy the coffee. Autofocus.